defibrillators all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the stack. Smoke me out, fam, with all that dang shit on my left. Oldest ninja in the world, old ninja.
Trust in big nostrils. Wait. Oh, my bad. Are we live again? Damn, my bad. Bro, my fault. That's my fault.
On my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, choking people out on threes and fours, Kronos.
I'm tired as fuck, but I also feel like I'm invincible. I'm just saying.
There you go. We will probably have your boy Blue just jumping in at some point. I think Stitch is still in the wind, but we got a great show for y'all tonight. God damn it.
That we do. Do.
Kronos. We usually got some statistics.
Hold on. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Is he coming back?
Breaking news.
Oh, shit.
Dramatic.
You started already?
Dramatic.
Yeah, we started. Yeah. And now you're
can't
here.
see you, though.
Yeah, your video's
live and direct.
I know we went live already. I have my intro set up and everything.
Oh, well, say
Do
your
it now, motherfucker.
My life is based on a true story.
All right, we need to see you, Blue.
Can we see you, Blue?
Yeah. Hold on one second. It's been a while since I used this thing called a computer.
No, it's all good. Like, I decided to try to be on time today because K-Mac was a little bit late getting home, so I just hopped in the shower before I usually do.
It's funny because the people who are listening to us via audio, they're like, "What? You gotta wait for a video? Yeah, what the fuck's going on? Why is all this dead air?" But
all right, while he's setting up his camera, hit us with some statistics, Kronos.
All right, listener of the week would be. Why didn't it come up? I had it up and then it went away. How dare you? Maybe I did. Maybe I'm just tripping. Anyway, user 915216680, and then somebody else is in like a language I cannot possibly. There's backwards letters, so I'm assuming it's some sort of Russian. Thank you very much, person with backwards letters, and I have no idea how to even pronounce those things. Yeah, but thank you for listening. We appreciate it. There we go.
Can you guys see me now?
We can see.
Yes.
We can see Blue.
I'm hella dark though, huh?
Well,
Yeah,
you are black,
We're
Blue. I don't know
black.
if you knew that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the sun in a couple of days, guys.
Hold on. So you know what's crazy? So like a couple of weeks ago, I had to go to Blue's house, and for the first time, I went into like his studio, and his background is not black. Like his walls, they're not black. It's a super dark blue.
Yeah, they're dark blue, but then like my curtains are black, but
Yeah.
the rest of my accent wall is black.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a Batman symbol up there. I just haven't got around to doing it yet.
Awesome.
I'm surprised.
Dude, I
but
do. I have it already. It's like in a container. I just haven't unwrapped it to put it onto the wall.
Oh, well, you got other shit.
I'll show you what it looks like.
Wait, what? Why does it say scheduled?
Blue is getting something right now.
Okay.
We shall see.
wait.
We'll see what he has. While he's doing that, though, old ninja, you usually are pouring out something. What you pouring out this week?
This week we're gonna pour out some Mickeys, I guess. I would do some Old English, but it's made in the U.S. So, but we're gonna do some Mickeys this week for our dearly departed Paul Ritter, British actor of screen and stage, who is most noted for his work on the British TV show Friday Night Dinner, where he starred for 6 seasons. I guess everyone outside of the UK would recognize him from Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, the James Bond film Quantum of Solace, and the HBO series Chernobyl. On stage, he was nominated for a Tony Award for his performance in the play The Norman Conquest. He died due to a brain tumor at the age of 55.
Yeah, still pretty young.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's what I got. Just
Good
in time
shit.
for Blue.
Yeah, what you got over there, Blue?
Yo, just a funny story. Cronus has been to my house multiple times, but never when I'm at home.
Yeah, I have.
He's been inside my house multiple times without me being at home. But yeah, it's funny because Cronus had to come to my house to grab something for me, and like when he did, I was like, he's been inside my house so many times, but I'm never at home whenever he's there. It's so funny. But look, this is the Batman wall sticker I got that I'm gonna put up. So
He's unrolling it.
It is quite
Goddamn,
large.
that is
Holy
huge.
shit!
Oh, it's fucking huge.
It's like at least 5 feet across. No, not 5 feet.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like 4 or 5 feet. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's four
Yeah.
feet, but
quite
Is
large.
that the
it's like-
Batman Beyond one, or is that
That's Batman Begins. That's Batman
Yeah.
Begins?
yeah,
Okay.
Batman Begins. But yeah, that's gonna go on my wall eventually one day when I get around to doing it.
All right, so
Oh, yeah.
Blue, why have
I'm
you been gone
back.
for so long? Where have you been? What's been going on in your life? Give the listeners
Um,
the heads up.
Yeah, so for everybody who's been following along with the podcast, I was in the hospital a couple of weeks ago because my wife had a baby. A little setup there, but no, yeah, actually he's officially 3 weeks today. He was born March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, St. Patty baby. But yeah, it's been a crazy couple of weeks, and even the story leading up to it is interesting.
You are you gonna tell like maybe a code name for him?
I'm gonna call him Bash. Yeah,
Okay.
that's his name, Little Bash. I guess it could be. It also could be Little Boy Blue as well, but yeah, Bash is his name.
Wow,
Very
Little
nice.
Boy Blue sounds like a children's
Nursery-
fable. Yeah,
Yeah.
nursery rhyme.
Little Boy Blue can
awesome.
blow your horn.
When you say Bash, reminds me of what was that
A
wrestling
Bash is
show?
at Pete.
No, the that wrestling show that was on Netflix that was really good about it was Glow
Oh,
because
Oh,
like
I
the-
never saw that one.
oh it was so good like the
I-
rich kid's name was
I
Bash.
just remember watching that. Wait, no, I wasn't Glow. It was Scent 6 was the one that had the rainbow dildo
Oh yeah,
that flopped on the floor.
yeah, that was a great scene.
Yeah, but you guys want to go into the story about it, or?
Yeah,
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 do
go
it, man.
Yeah,
We've been
bro.
waiting on you for weeks,
All
motherfucker.
right, cool. Technically, I am now. Yeah. So yeah. So remember how like a couple of weeks ago I had told you the Sweden had texted me saying like, "Oh hey, I'm gonna be induced," and she sent it to me in capital letters. That's almost exactly what fucking happened. Like she was over in at her appointment in Palo Alto for it was doing a stress test for the baby to check his heart rate and all this stuff, and like she literally texted me saying that yeah, her water broke, and they were going to they weren't going to say if they're going to keep her there, but she was like, what should I do? Should I come home? Because first of all, when she texted me that a couple of weeks ago saying like, hey, they're going to induce me, and I got all freaked out. I was like, oh shit, go time. We're like, okay, we learned and was like, we're not prepared. We need to pack our hospital bags and this and that. Well, we didn't really, I did it, but she never got around to doing it. So she came home from Palo Alto because when they did the stress test, she was having contractions. She was already having contractions, and they measured her amniotic fluid that was in her belly, and it was low. So they thought that she broke her water broke, but then she went to the restroom, and that's kind of when it happened. So she came back home, and she's like, I'm like running around with the chicken with my head cut off, trying to help her pack her bags, make sure my stuff is ready, making sure the car seats like inside the car. We have the stroller, we have like the baby's clothes. I had to make sure my camera and stuff was charged. I had to like grab my laptop. I'm like grabbing all kind of stuff, just throwing it into my bag, and like last minute stuff I need to take. So like we jump in the car, and like I mean she's having contractions, but they're like mild. They're like, you know, she's not in serious pain. So
Says you.
no, this is from her. I'm asking her if she's okay. I'm like, are you in pain? Blah blah blah. So yeah, so we so we get to the hospital, and Stanford has, so my son was born at Stanford. FYI, I had a boy. But yeah, Stanford has 2 children hospital, and they have an east and a west wing, and so we were in the west wing. And let's see, we get to the hospital, and like, well, no, first, the other thing we had to do was get the dogs ready because we still had the dogs. So this is kind of what kind of threw me off, because I had to load up the dogs and their food and their dog beds and stuff like that, because we went to her parents' house first to drop them off, because you know we were going to be gone for a couple of days. So we went to the parents' house, and then like as I'm unloading the dogs, I'm thinking to myself like, wait, hold on a second, I got the baby's bag, I got the sweetness's bag, where the fuck is my bag? I literally forgot my bag was at home inside my office, just sitting on the floor where I left it for me to grab it as I was supposed to head out. So I hit up Kronos, was like, hey man, I need you to do me a fucking solid, dude, because I didn't have anything. I didn't have all I think I had was the clothes on my back, and so I hit up Kronos, and that's why he's been to my house 3 times without me ever being here. So he was able to come in and grab my bags and bring it over to the hospital for me. But yeah, so we get to the hospital, and like I'm thinking like it's gonna be like a mad rush. I have to like bust into the doors like, she's going into labor. I need help. We need this. We need that. But no, we just slowly walked up in there.
Hurry up and wait.
You know, we hurried up and wait basically. But no, I think they were already waiting for us because the sweetness was supposed to be induced because she's kind of a bit on high risk. So she was supposed to be induced. So the baby was born on the 17th. But we went to the hospital on the 16th. Well, she was supposed to be induced the following week. So the baby was like, hey, guess what? I'm coming early. Surprise, motherfucker. But so which was kind of good. That means that she didn't have to be induced. Like it was kind of a natural process. Well, it started off as a natural process. So like we get inside and like they already knew we were on our way, and so like they put us up into the room. They throw monitors on her and stuff like that. And so like I kind of got to hear the baby's heartbeat for the first time, like in person, because with COVID, she's been going to all the maternity appointments herself, and everything I've heard was like either a recording or like over the phone. This is the first time I was like in the hospital with her, hearing a baby heartbeat, and then it's like it's racing like crazy, and I fucking start bawling, dude. I start crying because like the first time I heard my baby's heartbeat, whatever. But yeah, so like the area they put us in is where they have the people recovering from C-sections or cesarean sections. So like there's a few babies crying in the background, and like, you know, we have our own little private area, but it's kind of tented off, or kind of the little pull drape thing is kind of blocking it off. I'm like, man, I hope this isn't our room, because this seems very impersonal if we're gonna be like going to labor or whatever now, right? But the doctor comes in and he's like, oh yeah, it looks, he like, you know, checks her to see how dilated she is, and she's already 2 centimeters and she needs to get up to 10. And they noticed that the baby's heart rate kept dropping when the sweetness would have a contraction, so they kind of were worried about that. And plus the sweetness she's on Lovenox shots, which is basically blood thinners, because she has like a history of having like blood clots. So they're like, okay, they were going to send us home. We thought they would send us home because, you know, she's only 2 centimeters, and actually it turns out her water didn't break, that her water was still intact. But so like, you know, we're going to keep you for now just because we want to monitor the baby. So we were there for about an hour or so before we actually got a room. But then we get into our room, and like the nurses we had were fucking fantastic. Like there's this one group of nurses that were like top notch. They were really helping us out and like making sure we were happy and comfortable. But once we got into the room, they installed it's called a something bulb. It's basically a balloon that they put inside the woman to help open up her cervix a little faster. But like right when they put that in her, like she started writhing in pain. Like her contractions were painful. Like she was like almost they were unbearable to her. So because she's on the Lovenox shots, she couldn't get an epidural until she hasn't had her last shot was over 24 hours. So we had to wait. Her last shot was at 1 a.m. in the morning, and we got there about like 1:30 p.m. So we had to wait 12 hours before she can get an epidural, which sucked. I mean, it actually, so part of the funny story is so like they're like, we can't get you the epidural yet, but we can give you laughing gas. And I'm like,
ain't nothing funny.
I was like, let me see your face real quick. Are you Harley Quinn? Are you working for the Joker? You trying to take out little Bruce Wayne here, little Damian? But they're like, no, we can give you laughing gas right now. And basically, I actually never like experienced laughing gas before. I mean, like only time you hear about it is like in hospitals and stuff like that. And so like it's basically a self-medicating pain medicine basically. So like whenever you need it, you just breathe into like the little gas mask,
It's nitrous.
and you get your hit of laughing gas or nitroglycerin. Yeah,
Nitrous.
but it's funny. I was like, can I get a little bit of that?
Yeah.
So I took a quick hit. I took 2 quick puffs. I'm like, okay, this is cool. I'm a little lightheaded, but you know, I'm not laughing. There ain't nothing funny about this at all. But actually, her contraction started to get like the laughing gas was helping, but eventually it was more like, you know, her pain level was, or the pain started to get higher and higher. So the laughing gas wasn't working. But luckily, 1:30 rolled around. They were able to give her the epidural. and it was just smooth sailing for her after that. Because like actually, one of the funny stories is she was doing the laughing gas so much that you know how like what is it? You know how there's helium, right? Like helium makes your voice like high pitch or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's like another one called like I don't know if it's like dolomite or something like that.
It makes your voice deeper. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes your voice deeper. But for some reason, like the laughing gas, it caused her voice to sound more manly. So she said, it's funny because she said. She's like, oh my god, I sound like a transvestite, and she did. She sounded like a man trying to do a woman's voice. It was so fucking funny. But yeah. So finally, they gave her the epidural, and you know she was doing good. The pain was subsiding and stuff like that. But then, like they wanted to break her water because there were still issues happening with the baby where the heartbeat kept dropping whenever she would have contractions. And they were trying to wait her out because she was scheduled to have a C-section next week, but because of her going to natural birth, they wanted to try to have a natural birth so that she didn't have to go through the pain of having a C-section. But because the baby's heart rate kept dropping every time she had a contraction, they eventually was like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and do an emergency C-section. But what was kind of crazy, the nurses that we had, they were trying like everything they could because. You know, sometimes the baby will be like if the sweetness is on her side, the baby heart rate will be fine. Like it will be her contraction will come and nothing will happen. But like if she's laying another way, the baby's heart rate would drop. So I'm sitting there stressing like, why is my baby heart rate dropping? Like what's going on? And blah blah. But these nurses, they were like superstar. They had like this thing called it's basically they call it the peanut, but it's like a yoga ball, like two yoga balls stuck together. And it's to allow her to like have her hip up a certain way, so like you know there's more room in the cervix. Or I'm not sure what they were doing, but it was like some yoga studio moves they were trying to get the sweetness to do. But yeah, eventually the doctor came in was like, yeah, you know everything we're trying isn't working. We're just gonna go ahead and do the C-section. And so the nurse came into me. She's like, here's some scrubs. Throw on some scrubs. You know, take off your clothes, just in your underwear, jump in the scrubs, put on this hairnet. Here's another mask for you to wear. We're gonna take her right now to get operated or whatever. So they take us to the room, and dude, there were so many people in here. There was like maybe 15 people. We had people monitoring her the drugs that she was on. There was like the doctor was there. There was like people waiting for the baby to come out to be able to like start working on the baby. There was pediatricians in there. There was a couple of nurses. Actually, the nurses who were helping us was in there. But kind of rewinding back a little bit, back before they brought us into the surgery room. So before they could do operation on her to give her a C-section, she had to be like numb from her her chest down. And so they gave her another type of like solution or medicine into her epidural pump or whatever. But whatever they gave her caused her more pain than ever. Like the way they summed it up is that there's like nerve fibers inside your spinal because the epidural goes into your spine, and the way that they tapped it could have been pressing against like a nerve. So when they put the solution in there, they put a lot in there to kind of help numb her real quick, that it probably caused like an air pocket, or not an air pocket, but like a bubble basically of the fluid, and it was like stimulating her nerves. So she was in so much, like she was crying pretty much the whole entire time, even though she didn't feel them cut her open or anything. Her whole main problem was that her back was hurting, and then like her IV area was hurting as well, and they gave her something for that. Like she was on so many different kind of medicine all different kind of medication. But now back to the surgery. So we're in the surgery room, and like they have like this drape up, so I can't really see her stomach. I'm just sitting there like comforting her, like holding her hand, trying to keep her calm or whatever. And it was like maybe 5 minutes into it, the baby was here. Like that's how fast the C-section happened. Like for the baby, from the time we get into the operating room and they start the procedure, like they're like, all right, okay, everybody's ready, okay, let's go. And then like just thinking like how they had to like cut her into her to get the baby out happened so quick. And like basically they dropped down, it was almost like a Broadway performance. They dropped down the little curtain and they showed me the baby, and the baby's like right there, and he's like crying, his umbilical cord is still on him, and like I'm fucking bawling crazy tears, and the sweetness is like in pain because of the fucking medication. But then like they take the baby off to the side, and like I can see the baby. Like I'm over here looking and making sure like they ain't taking my baby, and like this isn't some fucking alien that they try to throw upon us. But yeah, I see them clean the kid, and he came in. He was born March 17th at 11:04 a.m. and he weighed 6 pounds, 8.9 ounces. And it was so funny because like we did skin to skin like right away, or they brought him over to the Sweetness to do skin to skin, and this kid was just looking for a titty. He was like, he was already rooting, like he was moving his head around, like looking for a breast or whatever.
He was
and he
hungry.
was born. He was hungry. He was like, man, I need some food. But yeah, he was looking for a boob to feed on, and like they took him away again and cleaned them up a little bit more, and then they wrapped them and gave him to me, and I got to hold him for the first time, and man, I was like, how can I love something that just showed up? Like, what the hell is this? Like, it was crazy. But yeah, so the reason why the baby was having an issue with his heartbeat was because the umbilical cord was actually wrapped around his neck. So that's the reason why every time she had a contraction, like her muscles would tense up, which would restrict the umbilical cord, which was kind of choking the baby basically. But luckily, like they were able to get him out before anything bad happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that they sent us to our room, and like we had like a few nights with him, and it was funny because one of the nights the nurse came in here. She's like, yeah, I just want to let you guys know that you're not gonna sleep tonight. The baby's gonna be up all night. Good luck. And walked out the room. I'm like, wait, are you fucking serious? This kid did not sleep whatsoever that night, and it was only his second night. He like didn't sleep at all. But the day before he slept all day. He slept all day. But the next day he was like, nah, dog, I'm staying up. I just got here. I need to party with y'all. But yeah, ever since we got him home though, it's been it's been fun. The kid's been a joy. Like seeing him like fart and pee, and like right now he's got like grown man farts, and I'm like, how is that coming from a little human? Like it's like it's funny.
Milk.
Well, it's funny because the other day, like I was like, well, I'm gonna fart real quick. I farted and then he farted. I was like, are you trying to have a competition with me? What the hell? Trying to outdo me already? Like, come on, kid. Like, you just got into this world. But yeah, it's been so much fun since he's been here. And like, I mean, he's having issues falling asleep at night, but like, we're trying to keep him entertained during the daytime, because we just changed his sleep feed schedule, so he's a little bit more active during the daytime, so hopefully he'll be a little bit more tired at night. But yeah, other than that, man, this is life-changing experience for sure.
Fatherhood.
This podcast is
Yeah.
interesting because we've had 3 kids born during the life of this podcast.
Yep.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, it is. Getting old.
yeah. So you guys and gals get to hear all about, us being fathers. Hopefully, old Ninja finds somebody, or somebody finds old Ninja.
Death will find me first.
Yeah. Death has been trying to find you for the longest time, bro.
He's probably got a kid out there already.
Don't you put that evil on me, boo.
No, I'm sorry. I wouldn't want to do that to you. I wouldn't want it on me either.
Ooh, that'd be all bad. If I have like a teenage kid, that'd be fucking fucked up.
No, but first and foremost, congratulations to you. Congratulations to the Sweetness. New life, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, things haven't been the same since.
Yeah, that was a great story, man. I loved it. I loved it. How was suspenseful. It was heartwarming. I loved it from the beginning to the end. It was great. Congratulations to you and the Sweetness again.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much. It's been a joy. It's interesting because like the Sweetness showed me her cesarean scar, and it's so small. I'm like, how the hell did I get a baby out of that? Like, what the hell? It's like maybe 3 inches big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Babies aren't big. So, yeah, just make enough room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this day for you, man, since you met Lily, like, years ago. When she was like a little baby, I was like, this thing needs to be a dad, like, as soon as possible. And you went through, like, all this shit with, like, terrible partners, that fucked you over in various ways. I'm just like, I was glad you found the Sweetness, and eventually you had a baby. So it's like, when I saw the text, I was like driving that you had your baby. It's like I was literally crying on the way to drop Riley off. Because I was taking her to school. I was just like, man, finally, like he gets to see the joy of fatherhood. Because, to me, like you're gonna be the best dad, dude. I mean, seriously, I'm not trying to talk shit on other dads. I'm just saying, Blues, it's you're past due for parenthood.
Yeah.
And now you get to enjoy getting shit on and pissed on and raising kids and all the other joys that come with raising kids.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he almost baptized me a few times. He almost got me today. I almost got baptized into fatherhood. What I mean by that, he almost peed on me.
Oh, well, it's gonna happen.
I mean, there's been a lot of close calls.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks, man. I've been looking for this day too, forward to the day too, and it's like it's been pretty cool so far. Even the sleepless nights.
You learn the trick with boys where you have to certainly cover up the fucking wee-wee.
Yeah.
While you're putting on that new diaper,
They
that
make-
cold air hits the
they
dick,
make
and
things
then all
for
of a
that.
sudden, piss.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's funny because like when I heard about that, I was like, you know what, that makes sense because a lot of times, I mean, I'm pretty sure this happens to you guys too. Like when you're about to go take a shower, and you take your clothes off, like you always have to pee. And I'm like, this makes sense why he would pee whenever you take his diaper off. But one interesting thing I wanted to bring up is that it's okay. So there's a few things I didn't know about, and one of the things is about breastfeeding. So for anybody out there about to have a kid, the way a woman breastfeeds a baby is very, very fucking interesting. So basically, the woman holds the baby head near her boob, and she basically squeezes her like not her nipples, but she squeezes her breast. And when the baby opens up his mouth, they shove the baby into the boob, like you make sure that's how you get them to latch. You shove their head into the titty, and I'm thinking like, no wonder guys are so obsessed with titties. Like, come on, like their first couple of hours or first moments of our life is just having a titty shoved in your face.
In your
Like,
face.
in your face, and it probably this fucking sweet golden nectar. Like, come on, how can a man not think that way? But yeah, when the what is it called? The lactation nurse came through, the specialist came by and was breaking it down for us. It was like, wow, like you just really just shoved that titty in that baby's mouth.
Hell yeah, man.
The stuff you learn.
I don't see anything negative about titties being shoved in your mouth. I'm just saying.
Well, sometimes I mean, kids don't latch at all.
Yeah,
So,
they're basically learning like you're learning. Like you think it'll be like an easy reflex for the baby. I mean, he's got the suction reflex, but like, you know, the nipple and the boob and the ovuola, it's got to be lined up a certain way. It's
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the Oreos. Mm-hmm.
The Oreos,
it's almost
You just say Oreos. I think if you're black and
Aurora
Latina,
Borealis, you know. Just,
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, it's funny because when I first thought about it, it made me think of like a space shuttle like locking onto like the Hubble, like the space station or something like that. Like you have to make sure it's all lined up and perfectly matched up before you can just pop it on there. Also, you end up fucking busting the seal and everybody gets shot into space.
You know, it's crazy. So, like when Kimek and I were talking about doing adoption, she was considering, because there's like a way you can for females, they can take certain things to like make them lactate, and so she was considering like taking those if if we got matched with the birth mother, you know, and then taking those things before we went out to go see the birth mother. But y'all know the story, like we had days, so it like was definitely not enough time to like go through all this fucking research and get it done. But yeah, that was something that she was like definitely considering doing, is just like getting that done so that she could feel that part of motherhood. But yeah, not enough time.
One of those, I can't remember what it was actually called. I'll actually ask Mishka in a second here. But one of them made her fucking smell like maple syrup. It was the weirdest thing. I swear to God, like whatever, something about those. She was taking them a lot, like to do the whole lactation thing and everything. But
nah, bro, she was just fucking lumberjacks. Why you lying? She was cheating on you.
It was weird. It was weird. It changed the fucking.
No, you know what?
body.
You know what's hilarious to me is that I've seen like online, like some mothers will talk shit about other mothers for drinking beer while they're breastfeeding, but it's like that's like actually a thing that some women do to like lactate more. It's like it's a certain kind. I think it's like stouts or something like that. But it's like
Yep.
drinking a certain kind of beer. Like obviously you don't get fucking drunk, but it's just like
Yeah.
to make them lactate more. It's like the human body is so fucking interesting, with what will make you do certain things, and especially if you're female. Obviously we're all males on here, so we don't know how all that shit works, but it's interesting.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah, man.
it's funny because I always knew about the I can't remember the name of it, but the black tar. So when the baby's
Oh,
first born,
yeah.
their poops are fucking some sticky what's it, Lobrietta? Not Lobrietta. Oh god, what's the name of that tar pit that's in LA?
La Brea.
La Brea,
Yeah, it's like a La Brea tar pit. The thing is fucking but luckily I didn't have to change it. The nurse did, but I thought it was a one and done shot, but no, every poop after that is that. So, but I guess the baby diaper hadn't been changed, so it's been sitting there for a while. So when the nurse took off the baby's diaper, it was like it wasn't even like peeling off a band-aid. It was more like taking off duct tape. Like that's how thick that shit was. I was like, oh, poor baby. And then like it took so many fucking like wipes and stuff to get it off the baby. I was like, oh my god, I didn't know I needed to change his diaper right away. I thought it took some time.
No.
There will be a time when you literally consider throwing the entire baby away because their entire half of their body is covered in nothing but shit. Where they explode and it oozes out of the fucking diaper, and you're just like, I guess it's fucking shower time for the entire household, but this baby is disgusting. Like, I love them still, but holy shit, this is a disgusting poop-filled little human being.
Yeah, so
no, you gotta give it away. Be like, oh no, someone come get this.
The first time Riley had one of those moments was we were flying back from Dallas, Texas, and this is after they canceled a bunch of flights, and then we almost got into like a small altercation with some people at the airport because they were just like, oh, we're gonna basically push your flight out until like 2 days from now. And I'm like, bitch, we don't have fucking enough formula for 2 days from now. We can't sit in with an infant, a newborn baby, in an airport for 2 fucking days. Anyway, we got on the fucking flight, and then I had Riley in the baby carrier, and she had this explosion all up her back, almost up to like her head. And
oh my god!
Trying to change a diaper like that in a fucking airplane bathroom, holy shit! Like literally, holy shit! Yeah, I had to it was a lot of wipes, a lot of fucking yoga poses, trying to get shit moved around, literal shit moved around. It was just like, man, it was fucking brutal, but you get it done. You figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah, I've had what I guess spillovers that you want to call them, but like with little boys, I didn't know this about little boys. Is that when you put on their diaper, you gotta make sure that their little wee wee point downward, because if it points up, the pee's gonna come up and out, and the whole baby will be wet. It's like how is this much fluid coming out of your body, kid? Like, goddamn, are you dehydrated? But
yeah, but then funny. But then when you have girls, you have to like get into places to like get stuff out. And
yeah,
that shit ain't fun either.
Gotta clean them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome. We'll hopefully have Stitch on here and have 4 dads on here soon. Can you stay with us for a bit, Double?
Yeah, the little one's asleep, so
Perfect. Now.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly.
Well, he'll be up at like 10 for his like late night feeding, and then he'll be pet back down to sleep, not pet down like a dog or some shit.
I get you.
What the fuck?
Oh, hey, before we jump in, real quick, it isn't on the list for obvious reasons with Old Ninja's shout-outs, but just, we're pulling for DMX. Obviously, he had some serious, I think it was either a heart attack or cardiac arrest of some sort,
yeah.
but there was reports that he was even, for a short period of time, possibly even brain dead.
Oh,
but I don't know what's the latest and greatest on him. Just hope he pulls through.
Well, they said it was like an overdose too. That's what I read. I don't know if it's true or not. But they're doing brain function tests on him today. So it's a shame because it's somebody that's like struggled with addiction and other things in his life, and he has like other medical issues that he's talked about. Even when he was like first became a rapper, that he's had to deal with. So yeah, I hope he pulls through. yeah, it's fucked up because he was like he had some of like his first like 2 or 3 albums were so fucking awesome. I remember first hearing "It's Dark and Hell Is Hot" back when I was in the Marine Corps. I was like, this is like one of I think it was like when I first got out of like boot camp maybe, or maybe it was when I was going to comm school. I remember listening to the album so many fucking times, and then like it's one of those albums I had to go back and listen to later on in life, and there was like other songs that I liked that are on the album that I didn't like when I originally listened to it. But yeah, he was a really good rapper back in the day. Like he changed the rap game when he came out. Seriously.
He saved Def Jam quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, superstar. And I guess what's weird to me is, you know, if you're a young 19, 20-year-old, there's been a lot of them talking stupid, reckless stuff about, oh, does DMX have fans? Motherfucker, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I've seen dumb shit online from people who are just too young and stupid to even be allowed to fucking talk. I mean, this guy was not a fly-by-night, you know, rapper of like one-hit wonder. He was a fucking superstar. He was one of the biggest names in music for several years.
He was his own fucking hype man.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. Stitch, even though he's not here, we were talking about the song he does with Cisco from Drew Hill.
What You Really Want or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, that one. I mean, because they were playing that. I think it's featured in like a recent movie too, where like some dudes dealing with a bunch of chicks and they were playing DMX. And I think it's funny because like I think it's like a Judd Apatow movie or something. They're playing DMX. It's like what they want from it. I was just like, holy shit. And it's funny because I remember back in the day, he was all over MTV back then, like showing up in his Timbs and like super baggy, like denim outfit and stuff. And he'd just be like, you know, just be going crazy. And then like Cat Williams was talking about hanging out with him, talking about he was always like just on one, kind of just like barking at people and shit. I mean, DMX was there. I mean, he was also in like, you know, big budget movies. I mean, despite what people may think about Romeo Must Die, that made a shit ton of money. I mean, it had Aaliyah, Jet Li, Belly was another one because that was super hyped up because Hype Williams, it was his first feature-length film. And then you had DMX, you had Nas in it, you had like Who's Who of Hip Hop, T-Bob was in it. Like everyone was like anticipating this film. So that was a super hyped up movie back then. And it's still good if you watch it today. I mean, it still kind of feels like a very long music video, but it is still a movie. But
I'll give you 2 more, or at least 1 more. Exit Wounds.
Oh,
he was in that one. And then Cradle to the Grave with Jet Li.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Romeo Must Die like eclipsed both of them, just like in popularity and money earned at the box office. That was a huge hit.
Yeah.
Huge hit.
So hope he pulls through. It is what it is. But yeah, I hadn't heard anything new. So he's, you know, as we are airing this podcast, he's still with us, and you know, we hope he's still around. You know what I mean?
I do hope he pulls through. I mean, I've heard of, you know, some stories of people on that brink, but yet they come back. So,
yep.
We'll see.
I mean, it happened with Demi Lovato. She was like fucking in a coma for a couple of weeks, and she was able to pull through. And like, she has a huge drug issue, and I mean, she changed her life around a little bit, but you know, I've been hearing a little thing saying like she thinks she can manage it by, you know, doing small portions and stuff like that. It's like, no, it doesn't work that way.
Since she's California sober, is her exit.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
I think Demi Lovato was the one that she became a blue belt with jiu-jitsu. So I mean, but since COVID happened, she can't, obviously she wasn't doing it anymore. But yeah, I mean, somebody that can do something like that and gets a blue belt, and she should be able to know like how to kind of like fight those sorts of things off. But at the same time, you know, these are mental health issues. I have mental health issues too. Thank you, Paul, for donating. That was his. That sound was from him, and that's Blue's brother. So yeah.
Oh, he says for diapers.
Yeah, but that's not gonna. I'll have to wire you money. I'll Venmo you the money.
Dude, it's funny because like diaper game is like, man, this kid goes through so many fucking diaper.
Yep.
So
Always got to keep that thing on you too.
Yeah, I know. I think one of your guys had told me that, like, make sure you have diapers because there's gonna be a point where you're gonna have your diaper bag and there ain't gonna be any diapers in there.
Yeah, that diaper bag game is legit. So any of you new parents out there, or if you're gonna become a parent, like you need to have like your diaper game on point, like your diaper bag game on point, and like every now and again you got to go through and like clean that motherfucker out because you might forget about some shit that's in there, and all of a sudden you have a fucking science experiment that's sitting inside of there because you might have forgot to take out some food or diapers or whatever.
Dirty clothes.
Yeah.
Even just your household fucking trash, man. Like, you know how you have dirty fucking trash in your house or whatever. It's not trash day. Oh, I'll take it out tomorrow. Take that motherfucker out tonight, goddammit. That shit, especially as that kid gets older, it is human shit just sitting in your motherfucking house. Like, it's not getting flushed down the toilet. It's human shit. It stank as fuck.
I mean,
we have
go ahead.
We have one of those diaper pail thingies.
Yeah, so
those help.
They help, but eventually,
as they get older, that fucking funk can go. It can out surpass a fucking diaper pail. Yeah. I don't care what they tell you. That shit it can reek, and you'll go into the room like, God damn, why does my fucking house smell like shit? You know what I mean? That's it. So clean it out now.
Yeah.
Terrible. Oh my god.
All right. Let's jump into some fun shit, goddammit.
I mean, that was fun. I'm just saying.
This was actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
Well,
Listen
something
to
that
y'all have to deal with shit.
Something that's been eating up at me like this whole time since I've been away from the podcast is I need to talk about this. This is fucking hurt my goddamn soul. Zack Snyder's Justice League movie is fucking fantastic. That shit fucking... how do you... The guy turned shit into a fucking diamond, like, even though it's fucking 4 hours to watch that motherfucker, that shit... I watched it 3 times already. Like, that's how fucking committed I am.
Did you watch the black and white one, too?
No, so check this out. I turned my TV to black and white to watch the movie in black and white. And then, like, literally the next day, the black and white version was released. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, I could have waited. But one cool thing about the TV I have is similar TV that Cronus has. So, depending on the app that you're watching, the settings will stay that way. So, like, you know, when I was watching Justice League in black and white, when I exited out of the HBO Go app, the TV went back into color, even though like I didn't change any of the settings. Like it automatically went back into color. But then when I went back to finish watching the movie, it went back to black and white.
Nice.
But like before, like the way I could tell that I wasn't watching a black and white version was that it first starts off in color, but then it fades into black and white. And I was like, dude, that's fucking dope. This TV's fucking legit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this Zack Snyder Justice League movie is. I mean, there's plot holes and twists and shit that makes that's like, okay, what the fuck? Like, this is definitely shot over or whatever. But like, you know, I thought he did a really good job of cutting that movie back up together. And even though it's 4 hours long, and I like how it was broken down into little sections, almost like if it was going to be a series, which I think they were going to make it a series, which I'm glad they didn't do. And they just kept the whole thing 4 hours. But yeah, it was a great fucking movie, and I hope they build off of the Snyderverse, or it's Snyderverse, Snyderverse.
Yeah, we talked about it a couple weeks ago, man.
I know you guys did. I was hurt. I was like,
I was fucking impressed. I was never a big, Snyder fan. I didn't go crazy for Man of Steel or even for Beavis, although the director's cut was better than the theatrical. But this one was just a good overall movie, and I liked it. I watched it rather like a mini series. I kind of split it up into parts,
Which is cool because
it felt right to me.
I got to do that because for me to like dedicate 4 hours of my life to fucking anything,
just split it up.
Yeah, except for like
they segment it with like breaks. It'll say like end of part 1. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. And like when you're watching it too, there's little dots on the play bar or the streaming bar or whatever to let you know like this is when the next part happens, whatever. So you know exactly what's going to happen. But one thing that's kind of cool is that the Sweetness and I, we went back and watched the Josh Whedon cut version, and we're like, watching that was painful. I was like, man, like this, like there be scenes. It's like, how come Aquaman's just leaving? Like what the fuck? Like how? Like nothing made fucking sense, but like watching the Zack Snyder version, it was like, okay, he made this make sense. But there's a couple of things. the one big takeaway was from this entire fucking movie was that so in the Josh Whedon version, I was like, okay, none of these characters are developed. Like the only person who seems legit was fucking Cyborg, but actually they redeemed the Flash. Like his whole story arc and like him not being some guy with like social anxiety issues and just running in and pushing people and running away. Like they made him a fucking badass. Like the scene where he's saving the people where all the bricks and shit fall on him. I was like, that was fucking dope. And then like the whole scene, how like, so spoiler for anybody, but like the whole scene, the scene where he rewinds time, it's like that shit was fucking badass. Like that shit was fucking cool. Like I'm glad they had that in there. Like it redeemed the Flash for me. Like that person, the character or the actor himself, I started hating him because he did a horrible Flash. But after watching this, I was like, you know what? He might be back in my good graces.
That's how I was with Cyborg, man. Cyborg was ass in that first one. I enjoyed the entire Stone family in this one.
Mm-hmm.
True. Yeah.
I mean, I felt like Flash was set. His movie was set up in Justice League. Like all the little details with him that was set up for Flashpoint. Like literally, you can tell. Oh, this is gonna be Flashpoint. They're setting this up for Flashpoint. Like literally, even though we don't get her name, Iris is in the film. Like he saves her. That's Iris there. So she was set up to be in the Flash film. So
the other big setup to me, and I don't know whether Warner Brothers will follow through on this or not, but Deathstroke versus Batman is clearly set up. Like it feels like that's supposed to be the very next goddamn movie. So
yeah,
doubtful we'll get it anytime soon, but I would be all over that. But it is what it is.
Fuck yeah.
Let's go to more recent. Sticking with HBO Max, goddammit. We finally got Godzilla versus King Kong. We've been talking about this for quite a while. I don't know when that first trailer dropped, but this one appeared on HBO Max. We talked about it last week. I think it appeared on Wednesday night when we were still recording. You know?
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I haven't watched it either.
You spoiled it though.
Oh man.
I had to go back and watch. I had to watch King Kong, Skull Island, and Godzilla King of Monsters and shit before because I started watching it, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I need to go back and watch the first three.
We still got to mention a few things on here. This is big shit, man. I mean, go ahead, old ninja. You want to start it off?
Don't spoil who won.
Because I'm gonna get too excited, and I'm gonna end up spoiling this shit. So I'm not gonna say. I can't say nothing. There's just too much happening. I've been waiting for this shit since probably like the 80s, because like back then they had this shit. I mean, because I know back in 70s. The day, well, they had in the U.S. it was released in like the early 80s because there was two edits. In Japan, they had Godzilla win. When it came to the U.S., King Kong won. So there was like this huge thing, and there's people back then that were getting Japanese copies, so there's like floating around out there. But I mean, this one is like a 2021, Battle of the Monsters, Battle of the Titans, as they were saying. And I don't want to say too much because I'm just gonna get hype and like go into detail. So I'm gonna let you go.
Let me just flat out say this is a great movie. Like this is an action, fun. The humans don't get in the fucking way. Paperboy, at least to me, Paperboy from Atlanta. He was also in Joker. He's doing big things. I really love him in the role. You got the old girl 11 from Stranger Things in this.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, she was in Godzilla from a couple, either King of the Monsters or the first Godzilla, one of them.
She's in King of the Monsters. She's in King of the Monsters. She's not in both.
She's in King of the Monsters.
I like this one better than all of them. And I like King of the Monsters quite a bit, all the way around. It's definitive. There's no fucking debates anymore about it at all.
Yeah,
at all.
I will say this. After watching this, I have no idea. I don't know if moving forward, if they can top this. That's where I'm at.
It was kind of interesting. The Sweetness and I, we went back and watched the first three, and like, I actually wasn't really expecting to enjoy them so much, but like, Godzilla King of Monsters was a fucking shit. Like, we had like fucking like the backstory between the Titans, and then like the the three-headed dragon guy, like he was a fucking badass, and the shit was fucking good. The only thing I didn't like about Godzilla was the fact that Quicksilver and Wanda were fucking.
They had a kid.
Like I know you guys talked about that on the show and stuff like that, and by watching it, I was like, this just doesn't seem right. Like, what alternate universe of the fucking Marvel universe am I watching?
Yeah, especially when you watch Kong Skull Island and you see Loki, Captain Marvel, and Nick Fury. Like,
yeah. Nick Fury was like, I'm tired of these goddamn monkeys on my goddamn island. It's like, motherfucker, this is not your island.
Yeah. All right, I guess we'll give it another week.
Yeah, I gotta give it another week.
Holy shit, baby.
I mean, I'm probably gonna watch it again. I mean, we have it on HBO Max for I think for a month and a half or a month.
Yeah, until April 30th.
Yeah, I mean it's worth month. Yeah, it's a month. It's worth another watch for me, so I can watch it again.
I showed my kids. Everybody was hyped, you know, and our family, you know, there were certain folks going for one character or another. It started a few fights, but you know, everybody lived.
You know, that's what's kind of great about HBO Max. Like the whole reason why I got HBO Max was so I can watch Wonder Woman 84. But then like since then they've been dropping like something great every month, which helps. Basically, it pays for the subscription itself. Like if the Sweetest and I were to go see like a movie in a theater, that's already like $35, and like that's about how much the subscription fee is for HBO Max. So there on its own is saving money, but then like we have all the DC catalog that's in there. They released Static Shock is on HBO Max now too, which I've been watching. There's a bunch of like cool content on HBO Max, which is great.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we had a brief discussion on Facebook about, you know, Raya and the Last Dragon. People were mad about they had to pay for, you know, the $30 for that. But like I understand that, but I still enjoy. Like I bought it. I enjoy the movie with all the HBO Max and all the HBO Max like new movies that are coming out in there. It's like a limited release, and so when you get it, like after like I think it's like a month, then it goes away. But I understand. Like, hey, if you just want to watch the movie and you don't want to watch it like fucking 5,000 times, then yeah, definitely it's a way better deal than anything else. But with my daughter, like I've watched fucking Raya and the Last Dragon at least 35 fucking times so far. So like I'm not even that's fucking generous. I literally watched it before I came on the podcast. So but yeah, I think the way that HBO is doing it is a different model, and I think that it works better for adults, because if you're gonna watch a movie, you're probably not going to watch it more than twice in 30 days. But if you're a kid, you're probably going to want to watch it multiple times. And so I see why Disney did that, and they got me with that shit. Well, they got my kid with that shit. But yeah, I think it's cool to see the fact that we're getting any content that's supposed to go into theaters at home, no matter what the model is. I think it's awesome, because it is taking away. It's removing the bullshit of how these movie theater or these production companies would get angry with, you know, pirates, because they didn't. There's obviously a want for people to watch movies at home, because I talked about it before multiple times on the podcast. I'm already getting 4K. I can get DTS. I can get fucking Dolby Atmos in my house. You know, I can watch. You know, I can even make popcorn if I wanted to. You know, like decent popcorn. I can get a pretty close to movie theater experience in my home, and a lot of people can. Not everybody, but a lot of people can. And so to deny that from people, you know, watching it at home is kind of fucked up. I feel like this is like when Napster came along with music, and now people are getting it's like, oh, like people will, like if you give them the actual path to not have to pirate all their shit, then they'll do it, because that's what's happening now. Like you're seeing it. It's obviously it's not catching on like 100%, but you're seeing like a lot more people than I think the theaters thought were going. A lot more people that in the production companies that thought they were going to watch these movies. They're watching them because it's like, hey, COVID's happening. Let's keep this going forward. Don't get me wrong. I'm looking forward to going back into movie theaters. I really am, especially like with IMAX and shit like that, because I can't replicate an IMAX experience in my house. I can't. But I definitely can enjoy like a normal movie in my home, and Let's just keep that shit going and have the pay for option at home, along with the movie theater experience. And I think that going forward, let's fucking do that.
Yeah.
Give us options.
I will say too, if you're patient, HBO content and Disney content, will appear on their app for, part of your subscription, not quote unquote free, but part of your subscription. And I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes it's just a matter of waiting or whatever. Because I'm pretty sure, you tell me if I'm wrong, Kronos. I think the live action Mulan is on the regular Disney Plus now, right?
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty
I watched it. I watched it after it came out. Once it wasn't behind a paywall, whatever.
Yeah. So, and then, I mean, the other model too is, with Netflix, and they have some original movies. Then it's just there or whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously, most of those don't go to the theater, but sometimes they fucking do, which is weird as well.
Yeah.
I think The Irishman was one of those.
Yeah, it's a great time to be like kind of like a movie buff, or any kind of person likes watching movies or TV shows, especially movies. Like right now, it's one of the greatest times to be alive to watch movies, because you can get that shit at home without pirating it. And don't get me wrong, I was a pirate for a long fucking time. I had my own IRC channel where I pirated. I was a content creator. You know what I mean? Like I put the shit out for everybody fucking to get. And for me to be able to scale back and be like, hey, listen, all right, I'm gonna pay for movies now. I'm gonna pay for my music now, and now where I can get it legitimately. I don't mind at this point in my life, because I'm sort of successful. Finally being able to pay for shit. Because before I was fucking poor. I was a poor ass Marine when I was doing that kind of shit. So, but now it's giving back. I don't mind.
It's so funny. Napster hit when I was in college, freshman year or something. It hit everywhere, and all the fucking dorm rooms were going crazy. Did you know that you can download every single Wu-Tang song right now? Every Outkast song? What?
Napster was weird to me because I was already getting all that stuff. But what Napster did for the world is that they made it was easier to get. You didn't have to go on IRC or BBS's or anything like that. You didn't have to know how to sort of hack, to get content.
You didn't need to know DOS commands. All you had to do was click.
Yeah.
Type in what you wanted, and boom, you can get it.
And it was something
you can get any virus you wanted right now.
Well, the funny thing, back in the day, it was back before Napster, getting viruses was pretty rare.
Yeah.
But
what's crazy? I was gonna just say back then our internet wasn't that fucking great either. So downloading a song took a couple of minutes, more 10, 30 minutes or something like that to download a fucking song. So if you want somebody's catalog, man, you talk about fucking days download. And if that shit cuts out and you gotta start all over, fuck that shit.
No, watching porn back in the day was just holy shit.
Oh my god.
You had to be committed to watch some fucking porn clips. A fucking a 5-minute video could take you a night to download. Yeah.
Sure did.
Shit, even just an image fucking took a couple of minutes.
And,
so
and there was no streaming.
Way back.
There was no streaming. You got to download that motherfucker.
I still at that time because it would take so fucking long, and I'd be frustrated with the technology or whatever. I was still doing fucking porno mags and shit, man. That was way more effective,
Yeah. I got one of my hard drives behind me. I think I have I don't know, probably over 10,000 MP3s that I downloaded that I purchased. I didn't download. I purchased them in some forms of matter, but it's they're just sitting down there. I don't even know what songs are even on there anymore. I just know there's a lot of them. I know Mariah Carey's the first one, because every time I pop that in and look at the songs, her name is always our first one on there. But yeah, I don't have anything I don't really listen to music anymore. I just listen to fucking audiobooks, podcasts, and fucking that's it.
You still have Sirius XM in your car?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't?
I mean, I have it, but I didn't extend my subscription.
Oh,
same with me. I had the same thing.
I do it because Riley likes listening to music. We listen to music when I take her to school and stuff, but then when we drive home, we listen to books. So
I have Amazon Music though. So I
Okay,
like
yeah, so do I.
I have Amazon Music. I play music to my phone sometimes, but I mainly just listen to podcasts and audiobooks. Got nowhere to go. Where am I going? I'm just walking the dog and driving the baby to appointments.
Yep.
It's dad life.
Mhm.
That is dad life for real. Did y'all see? I know we talked about it a little bit last week, but it was hot off the presses this evening. So there's some live action clips of Powerpuff Girls on set on CW. Y'all see them?
I did.
I see better cosplay.
I'm not going to
Pull 'em
pass. I'm not passing judgment yet. You want me to pull it up?
Yeah, I mean, you can if you want to, if someone hasn't seen it, just to get the
It
visual.
looks like they're just wearing
I've seen
the dresses.
It's not a trailer, so it's super early.
Yeah,
But from a
behind-
purely
it's a-
costume design,
Yeah.
it doesn't look very impressive. It doesn't look as impressive as some Powerpuff, literally cosplay I've seen at cons. But go ahead, old ninja.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's a lot of people who are like, this is probably not gonna be their final suits. They're probably gonna have an updated suit. I mean, that's what the CW does. They give you the classic suit, and then they give you their new and improved, like, super, what they call it, dolled up or no, shit.
Enhanced?
No,
Modernized?
like when you like super rhinestone something. Anyway, there's probably going to be a more
Bedazzled?
modernized.
Bedazzled?
Yeah, there you go, bedazzled. Yeah, there's going to be a more bedazzled like suit, but it's still not like Prodigy said. It's not impressive. I mean, you can clearly see Chloe Bennett and the other actress that plays Buttercup,
I'll
and
pull it
then
up.
you can see Dove Cameron in the background a little bit. I mean, I gotta see a trailer first. I mean, this is just one still behind the scenes. I mean, you can clearly see that it's them and whatnot, but it's just not. I'm not super hyped.
Yeah,
There's a few stills, just so you know.
What
Yeah.
on TMZ they have actually a video footage of like a scene that they're filming.
Ugh.
So they
I'm gonna wait.
They show Buttercup flying. What's the girl from Agent of Shield? What's her?
Her name's Dove Cameron.
No, but who she? No, the girl from Agent of
Oh,
Shield.
she plays Bubbles. Oh, sorry, you're talking about Chloe Bennett.
Chloe Bennett. Yeah, they show her character flying a little bit, like it's
Yeah.
just wire work.
I
but,
just
like,
watched
yeah.
it. Yeah, I mean, it's early on. We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been terribly wrong about Wonder Woman, like the first one. All right, so based upon very early impressions, so I would give this one enough room to either destroy itself or give us better images or whatever. So I'll wait, because I'm a Powerpuff Girls fan. Seriously.
Yeah.
I
got.
So I'll wait. I'll reserve
sorry.
my judgment. Go ahead.
I got two fucking examples that have me on the other side of the fence. Batwoman, Titans. Fuck both those goddamn shows. I went in there with high fucking hopes, and they let. I know I heard Titans got better season two, but Batwoman, it was almost like having somebody like come in your mouth and you go back to say like, oh, like did that really happen? And they fuck you in the ass.
That's
like it just,
that's
show got
never
worse.
happened to me, Blue.
Yeah,
But
that's
bad.
never.
I was
Yeah,
saying
it's weird.
that one was
Go ahead.
so horrible that it was so bad I left and came back and thought it might have been good the second time around, but no, it's still worse.
Yeah, it was weird because I actually still watch Batwoman, but the very beginning of the second season was definitely it was just as rough as the first season.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell? But it's weird to me because they feature the Batmobile, and the Batmobile in Batwoman is actually better than the Batmobile in Matt Reeves' upcoming Batman film because they use a Corvette. They use a Corvette that's like dolled up. I think it looks better.
Well, I'll say this though: we still haven't seen a full trailer of the Matt Reeves one quite yet in like motion.
Wait,
You
what
know
are you
what I
talking
mean?
about? We saw a trailer. There's been
What?
a trailer. Yeah, we saw
I
a
thought-
trailer. The whole vengeance like memes and all that with him beating up that one dude. There was a trailer.
We never
Did
see
it
a
have
car,
did it have the Batmobile in it? I'm sorry, maybe I missed it.
I'm not thinking
Oh,
so.
with the Batmobile.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you see like
saw a
a
picture
glimpse
of
of
it.
it. You don't see it. You don't see the
Yeah,
front
well,
end
so
of
that's
it.
what I'm saying. I want to see the Batmobile in motion. You know.
Well, in the TV series Gotham, towards the last season, Bruce got I think he got a Mustang to be his Batmobile, but that was like 2 or 3 episodes before the season was over, so you didn't really see him do bad shit with it.
Here's the thing with CW. I mean, we've seen great examples of decent costumes and whatnot, and we've seen some shitty ones. I think that Arrow and Flash, in general, did fairly good, or fairly well with those. I don't know about everything. I'll even say for the Superman and Lois show, which I like. It's a new show.
Oh.
I give it credit.
That was good.
I like those suits. So.
Okay.
Maybe they can get it together. I don't know. Again, these are stills, but the stills themselves, just being perfectly honest, they did not impress me whatsoever. And I will say this too: when they rebooted it from an animated standpoint, I was a little excited to watch it and whatnot. And my daughter's in the key demographic for it or whatever. Didn't work. It didn't work or connect with her at all.
Well,
what's weird? Didn't connect with me. The reboot.
What's weird about Powerpuff Girls? It is a very interesting show because it's very girly, but also you get to see somebody's head get busted open on a frequent occasion.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like brain matter and all. Like Mojo Jojo gets fucked up anytime he's on a fucking show, you get to see his brain matter, and it's just like, all right, but it's a good show. I think it's a Genny Tarkovsky show, isn't it?
No, it's Craig McCracken.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
Yeah, Craig McCracken. So Gendy Tartakovsky, I can't. He got his start on that show. He started working on Powerpuff Girls.
He was animator,
and then
right?
he moved off. Yeah, he was an animator on there. Yeah. Moved on to do Samurai Jack and Clone Wars and his other stuff. And I think he did Dexter as well. I think he's on both of those shows.
He produced Powerpuff Girls, and he said he produced. Well, he produced Dexter's Laboratory too, but yeah, and also Primal. That's another good show that he did. That show is amazing because there's no fucking talking, and it's badass. And also the one of the best Star Wars shows ever, Clone Wars. I mean, seriously, if y'all have not watched Clone Wars by him, they're very short episodes. It's fucking amazing. They're all amazing. It's like you get to see like the legit badassery of Mace Windu. So people think that Mace Windu wasn't badass, but he's the reason why General Grievous was a weak ass bitch in the movies.
So, quick side note. Cronus brought up. Yes, the Clone Wars is on Disney Plus. The thing is, it's broken up like if you bought the DVDs. So, the first DVD had season 1 all in one go, and then the second. It's literally it's literally 2 episodes. So the first episode's like an hour and 10 minutes or something.
Oh,
and then the second like episode is an hour and like 10 minutes as well. So if you bought the DVDs, that's the way it was presented. The first DVD had the first like segment, second DVD had the second segment. You can watch it all on Disney Plus like right now, as well as the 2 Ewok films that showed up on ABC back in the 80s.
You don't gotta watch
and
those.
There's like a yeah, you don't. And then there's like a Boba Fett one. There's like a Boba Fett special or something on there. So
but you got to me, I think you got to give it credit where credit's due. Clone Wars did in a lot of ways what the Mandalorian did for the last 3 movies, but for its movies were the prequels. You know what I mean? In terms of just washing the taste out of your mouth of some pretty tough movies that weren't favorites, in terms of Star Wars lore for a lot of people, and really energizing them for a television series. That's what Clone Wars did. That's what Mando did. And I got to give credit where credit's due, but it's a great series. Yeah, you're absolutely right, both of you. So we'll see.
So,
goddamn.
So we another kind of sidebar. It's not on the list, and you already touched upon it, Prodigy. You're actually watching Superman and Lois, and you're liking this, which is weird to me.
No,
I'm liking it too. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I think we touched upon it after the pilot or the first couple episodes.
We did.
And I'm not absolutely current. I'm off on Friday, so I'll probably catch up a little bit. But I like him being a family guy in Kansas for some reason. Now, at the same time, I'm not that impressed with Lois Lane so far on this show.
So I'm not a big fan of the actress herself, because she was on a show She was on a show that I really, really, really liked, and that was Grimm. I was watching the shit out of
Oh,
Grimm,
yeah, I
and
remember that
she's
one.
on there, and I hated her character. And
Yeah.
I know that they liked her a lot, so they kept her and rebooted her character, and I still hated her. It's
Yeah,
like, fuck,
she's
dude.
just not that all that compelling, but I do like the dynamic of the teenage boys and they're all the teenagers, in fact. The girl from the the Smallville and whatnot. I like that aspect of it, and I never got into Smallville, but to me this feels like a modern day take of some elements of Smallville being like in
It is.
Kansas with teenagers, but at the same time you got Superman doing Superman shit. Go ahead, Blue. What you got on that?
No, I was just gonna say like I was a huge fan of Smallville and like they seeing the kids go through school and like trying to discover like their ability, or at least one of the kids discovering their abilities and this and that, and like having this huge secret about their dad being fucking Superman and how Superman's fucking like kind of stalking them to make sure like their kids are cool. But yeah, I mean overall, I'm enjoying the show. I like the way they film it too because it's almost like you're watching a movie. It's not like all the other shows part of the Arrowverse. Like it's kind of its own standalone thing. Even though, like we've seen Superman with Supergirl and stuff like that. Like they haven't referenced those characters. I mean, they referenced Batman like once or twice, but other than that, it's been just all Superman. I didn't have any talk about having a crisis on Infinite Earth or anything.
That's not necessarily true because we actually see something that happens during Crisis, which actually puts in motion the big bad, so to speak.
Okay,
So,
maybe I haven't seen that episode yet.
yeah, it's actually pretty early on. I want to say it's like the second episode, so I don't know
Really?
how far you were in. Yeah.
Why don't
if
we got introduced to Lex, and he's from like another
He's
dimension.
from another Earth.
Yeah.
He's from another Earth, and the Earth that you see is from the Elseworlds. I guess Elseworlds is not really Crisis, but we see that version of him when someone who wanted to be Superman, who's not Superman, ends up being Superman in a black suit, and we know that through the Arrowverse. So,
With Arrow being gone, man, it's fucking hard. And I talk
Yeah.
shit about Arrow on
Me
and
too.
off, but god damn, man, it anchored the CW for me. You know what I mean? Like it all came back to that. And even watching Flash without Arrow being on, it's weird. It's odd to me. I can't quite get into it as much, but I'm liking Superman as its own self-contained thing. In and of itself. And yeah, I'm not fucking with Batwoman. I literally could barely get through one fucking episode.
I'm like
Yeah.
slowly falling off of Supergirl. Like they had a new episode
First.
last week, and it's like,
This is the final season, though, right?
yeah, it's final
yeah,
season.
it's final season.
But it was kind of hard to watch it. Like,
Well, there's been 2 episodes, and I haven't started it yet, but I'm watching all the CW stuff, and I've been watching. So it's also the final season of Black Lightning as well, but I've been caught up on that. So it's weird because Black Lightning, they reference the Flash, right? They make this little tongue-in-cheek joke, but then they need his help, and he doesn't show up on the show, and they get what they need from Star Labs, but nobody from Star Labs shows up. It's
Yeah,
weird.
continuity on CW, like they get it and they don't. Like those
Yeah.
crossover events for like 4 or 5 years straight, they were epic. You know
Yeah,
what I
they
mean?
were.
Like must-watch TV. But then there are other times where just like, well, if you brought Supergirl in here or you brought Arrow or Flash, you'd be able to solve this problem.
Yeah, so I know what going forward, we're gonna see more John Diggle. So he's supposed to show up on pretty much all the new shows,
Cool.
or all the shows. I'm sorry, not the new shows, because before someone starts freaking adding at me, oh, she's gonna be on, because we're getting a new superhero for the CW, and we're getting I think another show also, but Stargirl, that was the other one. So
Oh yeah.
Diggle's gonna show up on Flash, Supergirl, and maybe Stargirl. Not 100% on that one, but he's gonna be showing up through the what's left through the Arrowverse. So
well,
that's gonna be
King,
interesting.
King Arthur in the chat said that they need to hurry up with the Green Lantern Diggle Black Lightning team up. Yeah, I'm down for
Yeah,
that shit.
I'm been waiting. I mean, what fucked me up so hard is they literally give you everything you need at the end of Arrow. Like Diggle finds the ring and it's green, and you're like, what the fuck, is that a power ring? And it looks like a fucking power ring. So I think through the shows he's probably going to figure out what's going to happen. Hopefully, we will see a Green Lantern, but we know that HBO Max is developing a Green Lantern show, so we may not get it too. So there's a little weirdness happening there. We'll see.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on continuity-wise, but I did hear some confirmation. Take everything with a grain of salt. That the Matt Reeves Batman movie, which I think is coming out next year, is supposed to be set in an alternate Earth, like Earth 2 or some shit.
Yeah.
So we don't know what to expect. If this is alternate Earth, an alternate Earth movie separate from Snyder or whatever, separate from even Joker that we saw with Joaquin, that means he can do damn near anything with these Batman assets. You know what I mean? And all the rogues galleries and weird things with Gotham. So you could play around and I don't know. Yeah, do anything really. You just have it all wide open.
They touched on that with the Crisis on Infinite Earth, because Flash got to meet the Justice League version of Flash. There was like that episode, but then like within the CW universe, like we know that Black Lightning's on a different universe. We have Superman and Supergirl's on a different Earth. Like there's a multiverse out there, and it all kind of wraps together. So I mean, we've already been building up to a multiverse within the DC universe. So if they can play on it and make it work right, like I can see us having 2 Batman movies in 1 year, or within a 2-year window.
Look, I'm down to try Matt Reeves' version, but you fucking dick teased me with Deathstroke versus Batman, and I really want both, so we'll fucking see.
So wait, Deathstroke know who Batman is? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man. Like he knows his real name.
Yeah.
Why don't we switch it up a little bit? We have another one, Falcon Winter Soldier.
I was gonna see if we can talk about Incredible, but Crow's left. I wanted to.
Let's quickly.
You mean Invincible?
Invincible, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about Winter Soldier. I'm caught up on that one.
There you go.
I should go to bathroom.
Yeah. Shit. So this is not the. I'm sorry. This is not the Isaiah one. What the fuck happened? I'm sorry. I'm struggling.
So
what the fuck happens in this one?
So the latest one, because like when it dropped. This is when they go to
Zemo.
Yeah, they break out Zemo. They went to go see Zemo. They break him out, and then they go to Mandapore, where everyone was freaking out. They're like, oh, we're gonna see Wolverine. Well, you ain't gonna see no Wolverine.
Shut the fuck up, y'all.
Yeah, y'all
Can we stop the dumb shit? Really and truly. Like, goddamn well Wolverine's not just gonna pop up on this show. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. The people were like, oh, we're gonna see Wolverine. We're gonna see. Well, the other big thing was the Power Broker. So we're like, oh, we're gonna see the Power Broker. Oh, that is a possibility, but we'll wait and see. But yeah, it was crazy because Zemo. I mean, we learned a lot about Zemo that a lot of people seem to have issues with. Like Zemo's a Baron. Well, guess what? He's called Baron Zemo in the fucking comics, and he wears the mask.
Yeah. Can I just interject something though? I will say this: it would have been to me a little bit more satisfying if we got at least, and maybe I'll have to go back and watch it with Civil War, right? It would have been nice to get that Easter egg of him actually being a Baron in Civil War. I don't think that was in there.
So you can't, because his country was destroyed by Ultron. So you're not going to see that.
But Baron is just like legacy old ass money in a title. You know what I mean? Like
but his land was destroyed. His property was destroyed. Most of it. I mean, he had an underground stash in Mandapore, which is not his home.
No, well, he said before they even got there with the whole plane stuff, they were just like, I am a Baron.
Yeah, he says he's a Baron. He said I had an estate before your friends blew up my country.
Yes, I'm with you. I'm just saying it would have been nice to see that Easter egg in the big, like, his debut movie more so, because we talked about it. Like, he's Zemo, but is he a Baron or whatever? We mentioned that back 3 or 4 years ago.
We get the confirmation that he is a Baron. And he lost his whole family, including his father, his wife, and his kids. So we seen that. So I mean, Baron Zemo, he kind of stole a lot of this episode. I mean, he was like, they're in his he was in his element. He was in the underworld. He got Bucky and Falcon inside this underworld, and they're trying to get information about what's going on. And he was their entryway. He was their entry ticket into all this. Then we meet up with Sharon. We find out Sharon's been on the run for like 7 years, stealing art and reselling it and shit. It was like, what the hell?
Zemo likes Black American music. We know that he has a deep
Yeah,
appreciation for it.
What was it? It was Marvin Gaye. Apparently he's a big fan of Marvin Gaye. It was super super interesting. I guess Zemo can get down on the flow.
Okay, that shit fucking killed me, man. Him
he likes the
dancing,
Negroes.
That was my favorite part. He was grooving. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was. Everyone loved that. That's
bro,
like a
he
super
was
meme right now because he's
grooving, in quotes, in quotes.
It's too fucking funny.
The fuck
it's
outta
so
here.
good though.
He was definitely
It's
moving.
so good though.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh.
I remember the episode. Like he was moving, but I wouldn't say he was grooving.
It was a Sarkovian groove.
Yeah, I guess.
you
Yeah.
There you go.
Yo, where the hell
Sarkozy
did this broke ass fucking Captain America guy come from? Because
Oh shit.
Oh, here we go. Oh Jesus! All right, so I guess you're part of the. I guess most of the world that doesn't know who the fuck U.S. agent is, and so yeah,
I never heard of him.
yeah, U.S. agent is based. That's who John Walker is. He's U.S. agent. He will become U.S. agent. And so once I first saw him, I was like, that's probably U.S. agent. And then he said his name was John Walker. I was like, that's definitely U.S. agent. So he's basically kind of like a knockoff Captain America, but it ends up doing like different things than Captain America after a while. So he'll end up being like a very interesting character in Marvel, but he's definitely not on the level of Captain America. So it would be very interesting to see like where they go with his character. But the way that they're like portraying him is like pretty comic accurate because like people don't respect him as Captain America after he picks up the mantle and shit like that. So he has definite skills. Like he has definite skills, but he doesn't have the same moral compass as Captain America does, as Steve Rogers does.
Yeah, you kind of get a little play of that when that one person is fucking spit on him.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
you know who the fuck I am?
Yeah.
But I like the meme that said like when you order your Captain America off a Wish.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
let's pause real quick because we gotta say something on the podcast. Because the I forget the actor's name, but he's getting like death threats. He had to like basically shut down his social media because fucking morons don't know how to separate the character from the person, like the real person.
Oh god.
And he's
Fucking
getting all
hate
these
this
death
shit.
threats from people. It's just like, listen, if you hate a character, that means that they're a really good actor. I mean, anytime I see a villain that I can't stand, to me it's like, god damn, you're playing like a really good role. I don't wish them harm in real life. Yeah, fuck you in whatever show or whatever you're doing, but not in real life. I mean, come on, guys, ladies and gentlemen, stop it. He's a real person. He's obviously not a fucking super soldier. He's not trying to take Captain America's. In real life, he's a normal person. He's an actor. So separate reality from fiction, please.
We've seen this time and time again. Kelly Marie Tran is the poster girl for this. She didn't do anything fucking wrong. She didn't write the movie of The Last Jedi at all. You know.
Same with Daisy Ridley. She left social media because of toxic fans.
I don't know. When I heard
John Boyega was another, who I mean, he didn't leave social media per se, but he, just got a whole lot of toxic bullshit that he didn't fucking deserve. So we've seen it in fandoms. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. But it should stop. I don't want any of that hatred to him. But he does have a punchable face. But I think that's his acting.
When I found out Robert Pattinson was going to be Batman, I sent him a bunch of fucking fucked up emails. Like,
That's all bad.
It's like
I was like, sit your sparkly ass down.
I mean,
You're the one who set up
You
that
ain't no
Twitter
Batman.
account, huh?
I did. That was me.
I have talked a lot of shit about Channing Tatum on the podcast, but I would never like wish him harm in real life. Like I just think that he's not a good actor. But I don't, he keeps getting work. Good for you, man. I mean, get that fucking money. At the same time, it's like I'm not gonna send you death threats, man. Like you have a job. People like what you do. It's just not me. So that's fine.
You know,
I didn't
people
even
are-
send death threats to Kathy Yan. All I did was shit on her a few times on social media. You know what I mean? I told her to get her mind right before she makes another movie, but that was it.
You know, some people are kind of backwards with like the way they see people, because like we got shitty ass people out there like R. Kelly and Woody Allen and shit like that. Like people are like, oh, they're such great actors and blah blah. They can't do anything wrong, but in the real fucking life, they're fucking scum of the earth. But people are like, they don't look at that. Like, well, I guess they're still doing the same thing that people who are doing to these other actors. So yeah, never mind. Same fucking folks, basically.
No,
but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we get some shit on this podcast about just being fucking black. You know, most of those I'll talk shit back sometimes, and then like when we did reaction videos, people got so angry about that we're talking over people. It's like, listen, if you want to watch the video of this person, then why the fuck are you watching a react video? I don't understand that. Maybe I never will. Maybe I'm fucking old. Maybe I'm too old to fucking understand. The fact that you would click on a reaction video and you want to listen to the actual video of the original video.
Yeah.
I don't fucking get it. Maybe it's some weird meta shit that I don't get. But to me it's silly and stupid.
Maybe one day if we ever get back to it, we should have like the video play in like 70 times speed in the beginning of our video. Then we start talking about it or some shit. And see what people say, like, why are you speeding up the video? I want to watch the video.
Well, people don't understand them. It's like, listen, if I don't put any sort of, or if we don't put any sort of like commentary on the track, it's just like we're literally just playing the video.
That's it.
And that's it. And there's literally no way that we can monetize that, like, at all. So it's like, why are we doing that at all? I'm not just gonna play the fucking. First of all, it's disrespectful to the person that made the video. Like me just us taking the video and just replaying it on our channel. It's fucking stupid. So and I think it's some young people shit, but maybe they were gonna say it's old people shit. I don't give a fuck.
Could be some cultural lost in translation bullshit too. I don't even fucking know. 'Cause we did a lot of a lot of videos from K-pop or a lot of videos from Brazil and everything, but it is weird. I will say, I would have fucking loved to have seen all of our fucking reaction on that that Montero one from Little Nas X. That would have been a good react video.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah,
man. Yeah. I watched that video. I was like, this ain't for me. I'm not gonna make a comment on it at all because I don't want to get fucking roasted for some shit.
I still haven't seen it.
I mean, like the whole scene with the devil. I was like, that's why people are fucking mad. But that shit was fucking great though. I thought it was funny, especially when it came fucking. He slid into hell on a fucking stripper pole.
that is one of the funniest memes to me now. Just him sliding down a fucking stripper pole to hell.
Well, it made me think of the time we went to that strip club Cheetahs down in Sunnyvale, and like they have like the stripper pole that goes like up to the second story, and like the stripper, she climbed up there and she just came sliding down. I was like, oh shit, she about to hit the floor, and she stopped like 2 inches from the ground. I was like, damn. But yeah, the video's weird. I mean, the Weeknd had the video too. That's fucking weird too. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Oh yeah. Oh, hold on. Let's go back to Falcon for a second.
Yeah, back to Falcon.
So actually, Old Ninja, is the redheaded flag waver chick? Is that the same girl from? Is that the one from Rogue One, or which Star Wars one is she in?
She's from Solo.
Solo, that's it.
Yeah, she's at the end of Solo.
Who's the red bone that came and hung out with Fake Cap in the locker room that went to school with them? I guess it's just.
That's what I'm trying to find out. Who was that girl?
Oh, I think that is his wife. It's his wife or girlfriend because they say "I love you" to each other.
Yeah.
So
I was like, who this? Yeah, they haven't shown her enough.
They haven't showed her again, so I'm just like, well, hopefully we see you again.
They met their quota.
Are you guys? Yeah. Have you guys saw the recent episode, like the one that dropped last Friday?
Yeah, that's what we're talking.
That's what we're talking about.
Do you guys get to the point with the whole police scene?
No, that was 2 episodes ago.
That was 2 episodes ago.
Okay, my bad. Well, no,
that was the Isaiah Bradley. But you got thoughts on it? Say what you guys.
No, I just thought it was interesting how, like, they went from seeing kind of riding the tape a little bit. So they went to go see another person who was experimented on with the whole super soldier serum and stuff like that. And like the dude was literally in jail for years because he had like knowledge of the super serum knowledge. He basically was he was the Black Captain America basically, But like the fact that he was in jail and they like did experiments and stuff on him, it made me think about how like that's kind of what they did with black folks back in the day. Like they would run tests on them. They like some of the tests was like was black people didn't feel pain, so we're gonna have them go through all this crazy shit or like expose them to this and that. But then what was also interesting is that like Bucky and the Falcon, they go out into the streets and they're just having like a conversation, and like the police roll up on them, and like they basically harass the Falcon, and they're asking Winter Soldier like, "Hey, is this guy bothering you?" And then like one of the guys realized that this is one of the fucking Avengers, and like they start having respect for him, and like, oh, yeah, we actually have to take you in, Bucky. You got a warrant for your arrest. It's like, what the fuck? And like other cops show up, and like literally that scene made me think of when Cronus and I were riding our motorcycle, and we got pulled over by a local cop, and he was able to like flag down the CHP because I had expired tags on my motorcycle. But like
and a ball
literally
tire.
the cop, yeah, been ball tires. And the cop in the Winter Soldier was like, let me go stop these other officers, because there's other cops that showed up, and like the guy had to go tell them that like, okay, everything is cool and stuff like that. That made me think of that whole scene with Cronus and I. But like the fact that they took some real cultural stuff and brought it into the show, I thought was kind of interesting.
So I guess Chris Rock, he had a camera on his dashboard, and he would record every time he got pulled over going to his house, and the cops would question him, and then when they see his ID and realize and do like double takes and realize that, oh, because he wears glasses, I guess, when he drives, and when they would match the name and the face on his driver's license to who's actually driving the car, then everything changes. They're like, oh, you're a famous guy, I'm sorry, whatnot. And he talks about this in stand-up and in print, about like this happens to him quite often.
Yeah, it's fucking fat.
Yeah, I listened. So there was a book that I recommend anybody listen to today. Actually, Prodigy, this is right up your alley. But anybody else listen to this podcast, there's a book called The Whiteness of Wealth that is really good. So the name of the book is sort of off-putting, I guess, if you're white, probably. But I mean, it's off-putting to me too. Like, just it's abrasive, to be honest, to me. Like, just reading the name. But it's a really good book because it really broke down like how in America, the way that when I first started listening to the book, the lady that I forget the author's name, but she was talking about how she's a tax professional. Like she's basically, I think she has a PhD or at least a master's degree in taxes and basically the whole financial system. And she was talking about how when she was growing up, like her parents had to pay like such high taxes when they were married, and she didn't understand why. Like, why are you paying all these taxes? And you're married, and basically the American financial system is not really set up for black people. And when I say that, it's like, what the fuck do you mean? And so I'm gonna ask everybody on this podcast right now, actually except for Old Ninja, because you don't have a significant other. Prodigy and Blue, do you make near what your spouse makes or your significant other makes? Anywhere near it?
I would say within about 30 to 40,000, give or take.
And Blue?
The Sweetness make more than me.
But by how much?
A good amount.
No, a good amount? Okay. So the American tax system is currently set up to where if somebody makes significantly less than the main moneymaker, then you get way more tax benefits than if you do if you're more even. So if you're more even, you get basically really fucked. If you do joint a joint return, like a joint tax return, or if you owe whatever. But basically, if you file jointly and you make near the same amount of money, then you're gonna get fucked. But if one of you makes significantly more than the other, then you're okay if you file jointly. And so for most people that are black in America, most folks make near the same amount of money. And I didn't understand that, but I was like, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, is that true? I was like, holy shit, like my whole life that's basically been true. Like it's been pretty much true, at least 80% of the time.
Yep.
With somebody that I knew was black, if both people were working, which almost everybody that I knew did, if they were black, a black couple, they both worked and they both made about the same amount of money. But the thing is that in the American tax system, if you make both the same amount of money, you get fucked over in taxes. And so from that premise right there, I was like, all right, you got me. I'm hooked. And so I listened to like the rest of the book, and it's really interesting the way that our American tax system really disadvantages, especially black people in America. And it's just like, god damn, I couldn't. Yeah. It was really difficult to like listen to, but I was like, the lady came with like legit facts that I could not refute from my own personal knowledge.
Who's the author again?
It's Dorothy.
What's the name of the book?
It's called The Whiteness of Wealth. And yeah, like if you're white listening to this shit, you probably don't want to listen to the book. But it's a really good book to understand like what the problems that minorities have, especially black Americans have in America. It's called The Whiteness of Wealth by Dorothy A. Brown.
Okay.
And it's not a long book. It's like less than 10 hours if you listen to it. So that's probably like, what, 300 pages, roughly. I didn't read it, obviously. But it's a really good book because she goes in...
out too.
Yeah, she goes into like way more than that. And it goes into like COVID and shit like that too. And how we get fucked over through taking jobs that don't have benefits and like all those other things. Like, it's very comprehensive. So just don't get discouraged by the name of the book. And just check it out. No matter what ethnic group you belong to, it's very informative. Especially, it was informative to me.
I like it. That's a good recommendation. I'll check that one out.
Cool. Are we done with Winter Soldier? Because I kind of want to take the wheel a little bit.
Go ahead.
Oh, you're taking the wheel. Go ahead.
All right. So first of all, I gotta ask B then BTI a question for the group.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Okay, this is gonna be a fucking good one. Shit. I mean, God, I was trying to look this up.
You came prepared, bud.
Yeah, I mean, I have to. I have to remember the fucking character's name. But all right. Who do you have to win in a fight? Homelander, or God, what's the guy's name? Not O-Man. What's his name? Omega, from Invincible. What's Invincible's last name?
Omni-Man.
Omni-Man. That's what. Yeah. Who do you got? Who do you got to win? Homelander or Omni-Man in a fight?
Ooh.
Who wants to go first?
You go first, old ninja. That's a tough one.
I say Omni-Man. Hands down, because he's an actual fighter. I don't think Homelander's like skilled fighter. So you put the two together, I'm pretty sure Omni-Man will beat the shit out of Homelander.
I think I'm gonna go with Omni-Man too, because he's old man strong and like basically Kryptonian with it, and he's fought for a long time. Like, he's been doing this for decades, it seems like. So
or plus, longer.
Yeah, I mean, he fucked up their version of the Justice League single-handedly.
True. And he destroyed like basically a planet single-handedly.
He fucking
all right.
did.
What you got, Kronos?
I'm gonna go with Omni-Man too, because I think that Omni-Man is used to like getting in actual fights, and Homelander is used to just like dominating. And we saw Omni-Man take down basically the entire fucking Justice League while getting his ass kicked and just taking them all down. Like, he took down the fast guy first, you know, then because he saw that, like, hey, I'm trying to kill everybody. And he's way smarter than fucking Homelander. Way smarter. His combat prowess is far surpassing Homelander, because Homelander's used to just dropping down, being OP, and fucking everybody up. I don't see Homelander taking out the entire... shit, what was the name of the group that...
The League, or...
No, they're called...
The Seven,
yeah. I don't see Homelander taking down the Seven. Like, at least not that easily. You know what I mean? Like, I think once he gets hit with some sort of, like, serious issue with anybody in the Seven, he'll probably break down. I mean, look what happened to him like just wanting to get fucking titty milk. He was so passive and such a weak bitch about like I want to get some fucking tits. Omni-Man doesn't give a fuck. Omni-Man fucked everybody. He didn't have not a single shred of more. Omni-Man kicked his own kid's ass.
Yep.
Like he didn't give a fuck. So yeah, my money is on Omni-Man. That dude's the shit. But he's also an asshole.
Yeah, I was gonna say Omni-Man. He was about to slap his wife one time and shit like that. He's like, he looked at her and was like, "What you say?" She's like, "What did you say?" He's like, "Oh, sorry." I snapped.
He's about to give her the Sean Connery.
Yeah, he sure the fuck was. So actually, I am gonna say I'm gonna go with Homelander because we saw Omni-Man can take fucking damage. Like he can get fucking beat up, but with Homelander, we don't see him. I don't think there's been an episode we got to see him like actually being hurt. I mean, he fought against like some of the characters that have power stuff like that, but with Omni-Man, like when he was fighting the Justice League, he was getting like he was in recovery he was in a goddamn coma basically because what's the name did some work on him, but I think Homelander might give him a run for his money. And he might be able to take him out if he can get in those licks real quick. But then again, I might lean back toward Omni-Man because he did fuck with that goddamn planet. He killed every motherfucking time jumping little ink motherfuckers. Even got to the point where he's like, "Hey, you know what? If you don't let me go home, I'm gonna fucking kill you." He's like, "Okay, we're gonna let you go home." And he's like, "You know what? I'm gonna kill you anyway," and fucking just bounce. But I don't know. I think it'll be a really interesting fight to see those two fight.
I think also what we haven't seen Homelander fight someone that's close to his level. So I think the one that might be closest is Maeve, and they haven't really fought yet. So I mean, maybe Homelander. I'm pretty sure Homelander would take Maeve, but she would put a beating on him, like a hard beating. And we have not so far in the show. We haven't seen Homelander fight someone that's close to his level yet.
Yeah, and Omni-Man did. Omni-Man took on somebody that was supposed to be at least sort of as strong as him, somebody that was faster than him, somebody that had vastly different... Like, the whole team that he took out, they had... All their skill sets were different from his, and he adapted. I mean, like with the fast guy, I forget his name, like the red blur or some shit like that. Like, he took his hits and just like was looking for him. Like, listen, next hit I take, I'm gonna capture you and I'm gonna fuck you up. And that's what he did. He fucked him up. He brained him.
That first fucking episode, like watch, because Netflix, their shows are like especially with The Boys.
Amazon?
No, sorry, Amazon. Yeah, it's Amazon. With The Boys. The first fucking 6 minutes, you're like, what the fuck was that shit? But with Amazon, with this show, with Invincible, they like tease you with it, like they're like, oh, you're watching a cartoon, you got your Justice League cartoons out there. This is gonna be fucking kid friendly. Then the credits start rolling. I'm like, okay, because Kronos saw this episode already, and I was like, okay, Kronos said something like this shit was gonna be dank. Credits roll for like two seconds and they just pop back up and the shit goes down and I'm like, holy shit. Amazon is like, you know what? We're gonna take your fucking superheroes and we're gonna run that shit through some dog doo-doo and put some X-rated stuff on that, and then you're gonna like this shit. You're gonna like it and you're gonna fucking take it basically. But like Amazon takes your superheroes, your cookie cutting superheroes, and just make them fucking badass fucking like They make them not be role models, basically, and like I'm so fucking excited about the more episodes of Invincible. And I like the whole like, I don't know, it's basically fucking Superman. No, I like that J.J. Jonas does the voice of Omni-Man. Like having him do the voice just makes it just even that much better. Like his voice is kind of iconic.
J. Jonah Jameson. What is his name though? He's in real life. I forget his name.
Shit.
I wanted to call him J.K. Rowling, but I know that's wrong.
I think it's J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
J.K. Rowling. But yeah, this last episode is actually fucking crazy because that's when the Incredible is listed to go to Mars to protect the fucking crew, and basically run into like Martian manhunters, and they have like this fucking starro. I can't remember the name of those things are called, but like they basically take over people's bodies, and they're somehow coming back to Earth, and Incredible or Invincible he's a horrible fucking superhero, and it's sad that he's basically Spider-Man right now, where he's got powers, he's learning how to do with them, but he's horrible fucking at it. Like it's that the show is fucking funny and great, and like Steven Yeun does the voice of him, and like it's even hard to picture him doing the voice because it does not sound like him.
Yep, I agree. Did you have another B? Did you? It sounded like you were setting one more up, Lou.
I had a follow-up one for the Homelander versus Omni-Man. Who do you think would have the higher bloodlust? So if we pet them on a planet where they can just fucking run wild, who do you think would have the higher kill count?
I'm gonna say for me, I can't answer that yet until I at least finish season 1 of Invincible. Because I've seen so much of Homelander, like 2 full seasons. I know what his MO is, but I need to watch way more of Invincible. I'm gonna say to be determined for me.
Based on what we have seen so far, Omni-Man took out a fucking civilization single-handedly through time, because he was in a time-dilated space, and he kind of took his time with it, sorta, but he blew them the fuck up. Like, he literally went through all of their cities and just decimated everything. And what we see from Homelander, a lot of it is his like kind of fantasies of what he wants to do, and he has to hold back.
No, it's not even what he wants to do. It's what that corporation made him to do. And
no. Like, for instance, when he's giving that public speech and he wanted to fucking laser everybody, but then he holds back. Like, he wanted to do that shit, but he didn't do it.
Yeah,
he's willing to kill everybody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though, is that he didn't do it because his version of like what's correct is through I forget the name of the corporation, but it's through the corporation and to make it seem like he's a good guy. But I think Omni-Man knows he's not a good guy, and so he's more willing to like push the limits and like not lie about it. But he doesn't really need to, because people don't know, because he's basically a god. And like we all said, like he literally destroyed an entire planet because they decided to come fuck with his planet, or the one he's protecting. So I'm really interested in to see. I'm not buying the bullshit of him saying that whatever planet that he came from, that they sent him there to like protect the planet. I'm not buying that shit at all, not for a second.
Yeah,
I think that there's an ulterior motive.
Oh yeah. That's why I want to say I want to hold judgment on him thinking that he's a bad guy, because maybe in his mind he thinks he's a good guy and doing the right thing, just going about it in a very terrible way. So I want to wait. I need to see more. Like Prodigy said, I need to see more Invincible before I'm able to say whether he's, chaotic evil versus chaotic good, or somewhere in between. So
no, I think it's a little bit more than that.
Well, I need to see more. I don't have enough information to give that yet.
One cool thing I thought was interesting was the fact that what's the name of the girl with the sparkly powers? I have to give her a name.
Oh, Starbright or Starlight or whatever the fuck.
Something like that.
Dazzler. I'm just
Dazzler,
kidding.
yeah.
no, that's from Marvel.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I like how the fact that like the kid that plays Invincible, how he didn't know that she was a superhero until like he saw her and realized that she was a superhero, and she talked about how like it's very common for people to not think somebody's a superhero because they're this person. Like it's like, oh, that's impossible for that person to be that way because they're this way, and it kind of plays on the whole thing about the whole Clark Kent versus Superman thing. Like, how the fuck are a pair of glasses gonna make you look different, and the way you style your hair? Like, you should be able to figure that point out that right away. But that's one of Superman's greatest like abilities, is downplaying his powers and making himself look. Because I like how in Kill Bill, how like they kind of broke this down, like Clark Kent is a secret identity. Superman is who he really fucking is, and like Superman thinks that humans are weak and vulnerable and this and that, and that's why he plays the role of Clark Kent, because that's the way he thinks humanity is. And I was like, you know what? fuck Superman. That's why I like Batman.
You set that whole thing up.
Yeah, Batman's like, yeah, people are fucking evil and shit like that, and they get their ass kicked. Superman's like, nah, y'all motherfuckers are weak, and I'm gonna be better.
All right. Let's. I think we're gonna wrap it on up.
Actually, let me.
Really? Oh,
I got
go
one
ahead,
more.
Blue.
I got one more thing to throw in here. So I'm gonna tell you my kid's name for the first time on the podcast. I'm not sure if I ever mentioned again. So my son name is Sebastian, and just a little fun fact: Little Mermaid beat out Spider-Man and Batman. Because I wanted to.
Wait,
what?
The two names I threw into the pool was Damien, which is the son of Batman.
Oh, of course you did. Of course you did.
And Miles from Miles Morales and Spider-Man. But Sebastian from Little Mermaid beat out those two names. But he's not named after Sebastian from Little Mermaid.
He's not named after a crab.
No, he's not named after a crab, but
Okay.
just a little fun fact I'd throw out there.
That's awesome.
Right on.
What were you gonna say, Old Ninja?
So really quick, I want to break down some stuff before we wrap it on up. There was a lot of Star Trek reveals on Monday, I believe. There was a trailer for season 4 of Star Trek Discovery. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I think it's on our Facebook page, I believe. There's a trailer for season 2 of Star Trek Lower Decks, which we're getting August 12th, which is a lot sooner than I anticipated.
Yeah, that is pretty quick.
And then there's a teaser trailer for Star Trek Picard season 2, which has got everyone hyped up. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It doesn't show a whole lot, but it teases the return of a very, very, very major character coming back to the franchise. So check it out. Should be dope. I think that's it. Yeah.
Cool. I'm glad I get to say this. Blue, what you got popping this week?
Oh shit. So just, like I said earlier, the bash is officially 3 weeks today. But so we have only a few people I see my house, but in our backyard there's like a little creek that runs back there, and so this is fucking weird. So right now I live on a borderline of kind of two different cities, and basically in my backyard is like literally like another city, and so the sewage system back there is a different fucking city. So for them to get to that, it's not a sewer line, but it is a sewer line. It's fucking weird. But there's a manhole cover in my backyard, but it's like on the other side of a fence, which I don't know if it's technically my backyard or not, but they need to come out and do like a survey on it and like replace it. So they're gonna have to like drill it out or whatever, not like that. So that shit's gonna be going on for a week. But the whole fact that like they had people come over that weren't, so they're contracting to another company. So it's called the name of the sewage company is called I can't remember what the fucking name. It's like something weird. It's like Aloma Preda or something like that. Almost like
Loma Prieta?
No, it's not that. It's almost like that. But anyway, so they're contracted to another company. But whoever they sent over here, they like didn't have like identification and this and that. Like they just basically had like some simple paperwork. And I was like, okay, they knew there was a manhole cover back there, which I'm like, okay, maybe they might be legit, but like, you know, they didn't have any kind of identification. So I'm calling the city, and I called around the city. They're the one that told me like, okay, your backyard isn't part of our jurisdiction. You need to call this other number. And I called that number. Finally heard back from them like, oh yeah, we do like a survey every 18 months and blah blah blah.
They gotta send you a letter.
So anyways, huh?
They should send you a letter. Like what the fuck?
How come I didn't get a letter? Like how come like, you know, there was a note left on my door or some shit like that? Let me know. Like, come on, bro. Like that's how you're supposed to do shit. But like, yeah, I can already tell these fucking people are not. They're not doing their shit right. But yeah, I found out that it's legit. They need to go out there and do certain things. So they're gonna be working on that. They're coming out tomorrow to start working on it. Hopefully it's only a couple of days, but like we have to drop off the dogs, and I had to call and make sure, like, as I asked like a bunch of questions, like, okay, you guys going into the sewer line? It's gonna be like shit smell. Like these people gonna fucking trample through my yard. Like what the fuck is going on? It's gonna be fucking power tools. Like how loud this shit's gonna be. Like I had to do like some serious fucking Batman level investigation. Like I was damn near about to like start using my my security system to use face recognition to find out who the fuck was at my door the whole fucking time. But anyways, so with that, other than that, you know, trying to still getting acclimated with the little kid, you know, kind of get him down to like a schedule and feeding schedule. He's kind of getting better at it. He's actually able to almost sleep through the night. He only has like one feeding. But then again, I'm asleep. Like I help to sweeten this out as much as I can, but like, you know, I only can do waste management basically. Like she's the one that's providing the food.
She doesn't know. Well, we'll talk about it offline, but there's other things you can do. But
well, yeah, like yeah, she has a pump and all that stuff, but we haven't gotten to that level yet. We're waiting.
Okay.
But which is crazy. Like when she has pumped a few times, and it's like, wow, dude, like you're a cow. Like holy shit, like
what the fuck, man?
It's kind of fucked up.
That's all bad.
I hope she never listens to this podcast.
Yeah, she doesn't. Thank God. She didn't hear me. She'd have fucking kicked down the door. But
yeah. You motherfucker.
Oh man, she would have came in with a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like, oh my, your son's gonna have a dad or something like that. I was like,
Once,
okay, he's black.
Once you can store milk, all right, to put it.
Yeah, we got like 3 bags, so whenever.
Yeah. Then you can take over more responsibilities as far as feeding your child. So. Yeah, and like, do you have a like a bottle warmer yet?
I do not have a bottle warmer, but guess what I do have? I have a sous vide machine, which I can fucking.
That takes forever. For like.
No, I have a smaller container, so it'll heat up the water a little bit faster.
I mean, it will, but there's literally machines that they have just for milk. So,
oh yeah, it's
true. You don't have to worry about any of that shit.
But
yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. though. But yeah, what else? Fucking, oh god, there's something else I'm doing this weekend. I'm counting down to my birthday, by the way. We're 23 days away from happy birthday, Blue. But what's interesting is Little Bash gets his 2nd round of shots on my birthday, so that's gonna be an interesting day.
Good shit. Carlos, what you got?
So I am fully vaccinated at this point. I have all the antibodies for COVID-19, at least the variant that was out last year. So we'll see what happens this year, because there's a whole bunch of different variants. Kamek got her 2nd one this week. So we'll be getting back to like normal life pretty soon, and hopefully having some of you guys in the studio soon. I'll have to like make the studio different faster than I thought I was going to have to because of that. I'm also going to have the same handyman that is working for Prodigy right now to do like, he's doing pavers for you right now, right, like Marlon? Yeah, so he's gonna like expand our driveway as soon as he's done with your place. So whenever he's done with your place, then he's gonna expand our driveway, so we'll have more space for stuff. I'm looking forward to that a lot, and then we're gonna get some more shit done. I refied today, refinanced my house, signed everything today. Yeah, like Blue. If you should probably. When did you buy your house?
No, so we're in the process of refinancing, but since the sweetness is on maternity leave, it kind of threw a wrench in fucking everything.
Why?
Because she's not making the same income as she was when we first started the refinancing process. Yes, it does.
Okay. Why is she not getting?
She's not making money.
Why is she not?
Well, no, she's getting.
No. This is a whole different conversation, man. I'm sorry. Like, she should be getting. I mean, she's on maternity leave. She should be getting paid what she normally gets paid.
Well, no, she's getting maternity leave pay, but she's not getting like her normal salary.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She should be getting paid what she got paid for maternity leave. This is an American problem. All right, so everybody's like, oh, well, no, she shouldn't. You're fucking stupid. Yes, they should. All right, if you're gonna have kids, you should be getting paid. Look at any other goddamn industrialized country, any other first world country out there. They get like a year off, full pay, but somehow in America, all of a sudden you have kids, and we're just used to getting reduced pay or no time off with their kids and all that shit. It's been normalized for people in America, and it's fucking wrong. It's bullshit, because these companies that are making billions of dollars a year, and I know who the Sweetness works for, they're for profit. They make profit. They should be able to pay her while she's taking time off to have her kids, because she's gonna come back to that job. It's fucking nonsense. Anyway.
Yeah.
Besides that,
it's.
Go ahead.
It also kind of sucked because because for some reason, some random ass reason, I had one little ding on my credit score, brought my credit score down significantly. So I actually got taken off of the fucking lease or off of the mortgage because her credit was better than mine. That by having me on there would bring it down. But now since she's not working, they have to bring me back on there to be able to. It's fucking weird. Like the whole credit score system is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I can't even get K-Mac on mine because we're not married. So anyway, that's another thing that we have the same credit score, or nearly the same credit score now. We didn't before, but now we do, and we can't do it because we're not married. And this is another problem with America. Like, why can't we be on the same mortgage?
Yeah.
This is a whole different fucking podcast. I'm sorry, and I'm fucking tired. That's probably why I'm fucking ranting. Anyway, yeah. Other than that, I'm just staying in shape. Hopefully my kid feels better tomorrow or within the next week. Hopefully she doesn't have the fucking crazy variant of COVID. I hope not. She shouldn't, because she seems okay, but she definitely doesn't feel right to herself, and she's definitely been sneezing and a little bit and coughing a little bit. I know she doesn't feel right, but her temperature is not bad. She's the same temperature as me. So yeah, I'm looking forward to closing out the season of Balance Exchange tomorrow or maybe next week, but we're scheduled for tomorrow, but I don't think that me or Papa Bear are prepared for tomorrow. So I'll talk to him in the morning to see, because we want to do a thing about the stimulus checks while doing research on the stimulus checks, and I was trying to do it today, and I fucking ran out of time. I literally had too much shit to do today, where I couldn't give a block of my day to research where the money went for the stimulus checks. But we're still going to drop a new episode on Friday, and if we can give a couple more days for us to research the rest of the stimulus checks, we'll do that, because that's what somebody actually requested. So I want that to be the last one for the season, is what the fuck the stimulus money went to, because I think most people don't understand. Because if the federal government would have paid the amount of money that was given to them for the stimulus checks, would have all gotten pretty much near $6,000 every adult in America. But we're not getting that. People got $1,400. Why is that? We'll break it down in the next podcast for Balance Exchange. So anyway, I'm done.
All right, old ninja, what you got?
Wow. Nothing nearly as crazy adulting as that, but so apparently about half an hour ago, the Resident Evil RE verse Resident Evil 8 multiplayer went live. The beta went live today, I guess tonight. So I'm going to check that out right after the podcast. I'm going to try to Twitch it out, because sometimes certain betas won't let you Twitch. So we'll see. So I'm gonna try to, get my hands on it. I got some people lined up, like B-Boy. I think he has it. We might try to link up. We'll see what happens. Going to be definitely checking out the shows that are coming up this weekend. More Invincible. Even though we didn't really go too in depth about the most recent episode, so I didn't realize that I'm super behind on Attack on Titan. I'm 4 episodes behind, so I finished one just before the podcast. So it was a lot of shit went down that I didn't even know about. So I don't know how I avoided spoilers so far, but it's been pretty insane. We didn't really, well, I guess nobody really gives a shit about Easter on the podcast, but
Well, our kids do.
Yeah, kids do. Yeah. That's great.
They gave a shit about them eggs. That's it. Tell the truth. That's it.
My kid even
They don't give a shit about Jesus, just the eggs.
My kid was like, "Am I getting titty? Okay, it's another day."
Yeah. Also, Outriders is out. We didn't really talk about it. I haven't tried it yet. I'm debating about getting it, so if I do, I'm gonna try to twitch that one out as well. I already got a lot of people playing it. Nobody said if they liked it or not, and I think it's because they're too busy playing.
No, well, I'll give my honest. I'll give my very extremely honest review of the game next podcast. So
Okay.
it's not all positive.
So, yeah. And then that's kind of about it that I can remember.
All right, good
Fucking
shit. I'm gonna try that Resident Evil verse, even though Resident Evil 3's Resistance multiplayer mode was total fucking trash, and I put it on the Rotten Eggplant as a nominee. I strongly encourage, because we're gonna go into some deep ass spoilers. We got to talk about this Godzilla versus Kong next week, so everybody fucking watch that shit.
I'll try to watch.
For me, the other one that I didn't get a chance to really talk about, it was a nominee last year for Golden Eggplant, but I didn't finish the complete season. Great Pretender on Netflix is epic. Really stylish gangster shit where there's a con man who's conning some really bad scumbags in LA, and then later on in Dubai and whatnot.
Was it Donald Trump?
Fun, got some jazzy kind of stuff to it. It has a little bit of Watanabe kind of vibe to it, even though he didn't make this. Great Pretender, definitely check that one out. And then one last other recommendation. You remember Fab Five Freddy, who used to do Yo MTV Rap interviews?
Yeah, of course.
He made a documentary that is impressive as fuck called Grass is Greener. I don't know if this is an older one or not, but it seemed fairly new. I just watched it last night, or this night, before the cast. All about weed, all about going through all of black music with Rastas and fucking jazz musicians and bebop.
It's from 2
and
years
hippie
ago.
era, and all the way into Snoop Dogg and fucking the Chronic and
wait, Prodigy, Jesus
what?
Christ, it's from 2019. I was trying to answer your question.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. But they got all kinds of stuff going on in this one with all these kind of characters are musicians that you've fucking heard of, doing great interviews, really insightful. I loved it quite a bit, and so yeah, if you haven't seen it already, definitely check it out. That's all I got. Old Ninja, take us out.
All right. You usually experience the dankest podcast on the internet. We are Black and Black Times Infinity.
Black here. Oh wait, shit.
Infinity.
It's been a while.
Then
Check us out anywhere and everywhere with Beathan BTI. That's BTHAN BTI. Anywhere you listen to your favorite podcast, anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can check out our official website, benheadproductions.com/Beathan BTI. On Amazon, we actually have an app on there that lets you go live. We have a Discord now. You can email us, and we can give you an invite to get onto the Discord server. You can email us at beathanbti@gmail.com. Check us out. Holler whenever. You can email us as whatever. Tell us we suck or we're awesome, whatever. Doesn't matter. One of us will probably respond to you. Most likely Cronus will respond. Usually Cronus is the first one to see them before the rest of us respond. So you'll probably get a very strongly worded email if you're an ass. So
there's a lot of assholes that say stuff, but it's like if somebody's particularly being a dumbass, then I'll respond. But if you're just like, if you're a vanilla dumbass, I'm not going to respond to you. So, but if you call us like I'm not even going to say what you have to say. Because then folks had to say it more, they'll have to respond more, and then I'll be done with it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Just don't be a jerk. I mean, if you like it, you like it. I mean, basically, if you don't like it, you don't have to say anything at all.
Yeah.
Just probably save yourself a headache, save yourself some time.
But still give us 5 stars on iTunes before you leave.
Or Apple Podcasts.
Oh, that's Apple Podcast.
We're out.